Hey, it's Dr. Calandria, Posture Doc, New York City. What I want to go over today is how to sit down. Most people want to kind of look at giving some postural cues once you're already sitting to kind of relieve some tension. I want to go over when you first sit down. This way you're putting yourself in a better starting position to have less tension on that low back. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today, is just we're going to keep it short and simple, just one cue on how to sit. So what I want you to do is when you first go to sit down, you're going to sink the hips right back to the back of the seat and then come up over them. Nice and simple. You can take a few deep breaths in this position, just to kind of relax that mid-back thorax area so you don't have as much tension. Another thing is, notice how my leg to trunk angle is about 90 degrees. That's how I like it. I think anything less than that 90 degrees, you start to get some like anterior hip, just a little bit too much pressure there. So what I like is kind of 90 degrees or more, just my preference. So once again, you're going to sit back and then come up over the hips. Now the difference between that and sitting then kind of slouching back, you see that? So what happens is, if you kind of sit and then slouch back a little bit, you put a lot more pressure on these discs, a lot more tension on all that low back musculature, and it's just probably going to end up in tension, back tension, or pain when you go to stand up. So what I like to do, sit the hips back and then come up over. So you're going to see a little bit better alignment of that low back area. So difference between sitting and scooting back or slouching, and the difference between sitting the hips back then coming up over them. So let's say you're sitting for more than 15 minutes, which is going to be most people in New York City, and eventually you start slouching, whatever, comfortable position. I just want you to think about shifting the hips back a little bit, just kind of give them a little bit of a tug, even if it's just a mental cue. And then once again, relaxing over that, putting yourself in a little bit better position. Because once you get yourself in a better starting position, then the body's going to kind of recognize that. It's going to be a little bit less tension on that low back. So I hope that helps.